It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. It's like, no, it's 8 o'clock. But y'all catch my drift. Welcome back to the Black Girl Experience. This is the ding, 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 ding. Is it the celebration episode? It's like a celebration episode, an anniversary episode. It's like a New Year episode because I'm about to reflect back on the year that I've had. Because today is actually the 26th. But July 14th made it 1 year that I've been in Dallas. I did it, y'all. I did it. After 2 failed attempts. You know what I'm saying? First, I went to Florida. And when I got there, we all knew that wasn't really where I wanted to be. But, I just tried to make it work on the fly because I'm like, oh, my dad is here. I'll have support. And then that didn't work out. And then I went to Cali. And that really was where I wanted to be. But I did that shit on the fly. And my wings wasn't strong enough yet. And I went back to Detroit again. Well, not again. Because, I just went straight there. But after that, I'm like, I'm going to do this one more time. They say third time's the charm. My birthday, 3-3. That's my lucky number. That's my favorite number. So it worked out. So this is the celebration episode. I had to give me a little wine. Nothing too serious. It ain't no Ace of Spades, but I should have known this was going to be an issue. I should have had this ready before I started. Let's see. I'm going to get it, though. But, yes, July 14th made it 1 year. I can't even see where they ain't even got the little. Don't make me get ghetto and have to use my teeth. But I know y'all want to see what this mouth do. That's crazy. It ain't. Look, he coming to help me. Thank you. But anyway, July 14th made it 1 year, guys. 1 freaking year. It's been a crazy year. And I feel like I live on autopilot, which is really not a good thing. It's not a good thing for anybody. I hope y'all are not living on autopilot. I hope that if you are watching this and you come to the realization like, damn, I'm living on autopilot, just getting up, doing the same shit every day, just shaking and moving, like not even paying attention, not being present, like literally just zoned out going through your life. You cannot live your life like that, bro. I be living on autopilot. It wasn't until, I don't even know if it was the actual day, like if it was the 14th, when I looked at the calendar or whatever, but I was like, damn, it's been a year. It's been a year. And then I'm a motherfucker that don't document shit besides the podcast. And y'all know I done took a little hiatus from that just because of life and the season that I'm in, and I'll get into that. But I don't take a lot of pictures. I don't do a lot of videos. And I think that makes me feel like, even though that's not the only way to show that you making progress, because if I just look at my life, nigga, progress, you feel me? But like, it is good to document your journey. It is good to take pictures. It is good to take videos, because you look up and be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at my life and be like, dang, a lot has happened, but I don't have nothing to really like look back on. And so I look at some of the pictures that I do post or whatever. Like, I don't post a lot, but I do just look back and like, dang, just reminisce on, dang, this was the day that I touched down. This was the day that this happened. Like, or, I look at pictures, or how you got like the little highlights on your Instagram, or even if you don't post the highlights, like you could still go back and look at like the stories that you posted on a certain day. And thank you. So I kind of looked at that and I'm just like, dang, we gotta pull up. We gotta pull up. Pull me up, baby. Pull me up to the top, to the brim. The overflow of abundance in my life, to the top. Cheers, okay? What we cheersing to? We're cheersing to a successful year, accomplishing our goals, pressing forward, moving forward through all the obstacles, through all the drama, through all the bullshit, thriving, glowing. Look, he said, he came, he was like, your skin looks really good. It's glowing. Yeah, it's the fuck nigga free glow, okay? So, just baby, pour into yourself, love yourself, listen to your intuition, follow your goals, work hard. Be that bitch, period. Be who you are. Be who you are. Be who you are destined to be. This is Destiny's Child right here, okay? This is God's favorite. Cheers. Go straight to the coochie chakra, okay? No, that ain't really what. I don't drink no more because I get hangovers every time I drink. But, drinking just make you, drinking to have you on the phone calling. But anyway, so, yeah, I was like, I had a little moment and I started reminiscing. I'm like, oh my God, it's been a year. So I got to reflect back. I'm about to take it back. Even though y'all kind of then, heard the story through the episode, but now I got to go back and reflect. I got to rewind before I get y'all to where I am today, because so much has happened. The last episode, I brought my homegirl Christina on here. Shout out to Christina. And even after that, it was so many times. I didn't even say that to him yet, but I'm like, I booked a session here so many times, like, and I had to like cancel or couldn't come or like, shit just kept happening. I'm like, damn, like, am I ever gonna go back and make an episode? And so like, and then today, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even want to come today because I was like, I want to get my nails done. I want to get my lashes done. I want to get my toes done. I'm like, Jasmine, nobody cares about any of those things. These niggas can't even see your toes under the table right now. Like, what? Just making up an excuse. On top of the fact that it's so weird. It's so fucking, I'm so weird and I'm so crazy. Like, I complain a lot about, and we gonna get to all of this too, I complain a lot about having to work 2 jobs and, oh, I'm just so tired, I'm so drained, I don't make no content no more, I don't do the podcast, I'm not doing yoga, and then when the opportunity comes, when you got the time to do it, when you want to do it, like, the job is gonna fucking drain me till it ain't nothing left. So it's like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, when I come in here, I light up. I love this shit. I do this shit for free, but I have gotten paid for it. But, but I needed this. I had to get back to, like, this is going to, I don't know. Like, this, like, lights a little fire in me. This is me pouring into myself. This is, like, what I'm born to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't forget that the jobs and... We gonna get to that, but the jobs, obviously, I need them, and that's what got me to this point. That's what's helping me, like, sustain and, like, maintain and be able to do everything that I need to do. But, baby, this is me. This right here this is really the bread and butter. So, like, I don't know, but, we always we fall off sometimes. We lose sight of things. And then you just gotta understand what season of your life you're in, Because, and I'm going to just get to all of that. Because your girl stay going through a season. And every time I'm in that bitch, I'm like, when am I getting to the next? When? Be wanting to jump back to old seasons, fast forward to new seasons. Give me the best season. Like, bro, but anyway, let's take it back. Okay? July 14th, 2023. That's when I booked the one-way flight to Dallas. And I was feeling so many different emotions. Like, I was excited to leave. I was excited to come. I was excited for what was ahead of me. I knew that it was going to be crazy. And I had mixed feelings about coming because my intuition, like with the situation that I was in at the time, my intuition was like, red flag. It was like, Jasmine, don't do it. But it was also like, I can't stay in Detroit because nothing is happening here for me. You know what I'm saying? I done been here all my fucking life. Um, the job situation is not really panning out for me. At the time, I was only teaching yoga, and that is not enough money. Nigga, that's like fill up your gas tank, get a little quick meal from the Coney. Like, it would, like, no. It wasn't nothing. I love yoga. I love teaching it, but no. That's not it. I felt crazy as hell leaving my son. You know, at that time, it had only been a discussion between me and my son and my mom that I was leaving. My mom was like, I'm giving you 2 weeks to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And her thing was like, I was going to come back. I don't know. I don't know why she thought it was just going to be like, oh, you can go and just see what's going on. I already knew what it was. I was like, I'm leaving and I'm about to get on my shit and I'm not coming back. You know, I had the discussion with my son. My son already knew what it was. Like, you know, your mama been trying to get on her feet and just get some stability for us. Like, I'm not gonna have it here. I'm not trying to live with my mom forever. You know what I'm saying? And like, again, it just, nothing was happening there for me. I wasn't receiving the proper support from the co-parent. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you don't really want to help me the way that I need to be helped. And I'm not saying help me, but I'm saying like support our child in the situation to where I can get on my feet. You just want to do, oh, I'm only doing this over here type shit. So it was like, how am I ever going to be able to get above water? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm drowning. I'm not even able to take care of myself. And I got my kid with, and I'm not saying that it's anybody else's response, but as the other parent, you could provide support to this side to help with him so that I can get in a better place. If I'm struggling by myself, we're both struggling then. You know what I'm saying? And if you're able and capable and, you know what I'm saying? If you're able to do it, I don't understand why you want to see me struggle. So it was deuces. It was like, hey, I'm about to show y'all. Because again, another thing with that whole situation, with the co-parenting situation, I feel like motherfuckers always wanted to play the narrative like I was just a bum-ass bitch and I'm just not doing shit with my life and I'm just a dream chaser and I just live in this little fantasy-ass land that I do because I'm a Pisces, but also don't play me like I'm a bum-ass bitch and like I just don't have shit going for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'ma show niggas, okay? I'ma show niggas. So I hopped on that flight, all these mixed emotions, whatever. I remember when we like getting to the airport and all of that, I was just like, damn, I'm really fucking doing this. And then I remember like I had actually got on the plane and we were supposed to be getting ready to take off and they was like, oh, it's something wrong with the plane. I'm like, oh, this is a sign. I'm not supposed to go. This is God telling me not to go. And I'm like, man, if they tell me that like the flight not taking off, I was going to really be heartbroken because I really did want to go. But I was like, something in me was like, oh, that just means, Jasmine, you wasn't supposed to do it. But then we sat there for about 20, 30 minutes and they was like, all right, we're about to take off. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm about to go. So then I fucking landed. I got there. I'm not going to go through every fucking detail. Y'all know the situation. You know what I'm saying? The whole point for me to come here, not the whole point, but a very big part of the reason why I came here was because, you know, I thought I was locked in with somebody. So whatever. But immediately, even through that situation, I don't know. I just feel like the signs were there. I'll just say that. The signs were there for me early. So whatever, like y'all, we're not gonna go through that whole situation again. Just a bunch of BS. And let's see, fast forward. So we know what happened with that situation. We know that I ended up leaving where I was. And from that point, I was like, damn, now I'm homeless. I have a job. But wait, let me back up a little bit. I love how I had a job as soon as I stepped off the plane. Okay, baby? Luxury jobs, luxury hotels. Bitch, always had a good ass job this whole fucking time. Like, so whatever. Yeah, whatever. I had a job as soon as I stepped off the plane. Like, I was in my bag, okay? Like, on my shit, whatever, just feeling really good about myself. But anyway, so y'all know that little situation happened or whatever. Fast forward. So I left that situation. I was like, damn, I'm homeless, but I have a job at least. And so then I ended up um talking to a colleague, a coworker that ended up letting me stay with her, which was so fucking crazy. But again, God's favorite, God's child, Destiny's child. Like, I don't know, shit just works out for me. So my coworker lets me stay with her. And she has a daughter and whatever. Like, it just worked out. And we worked 2 different shifts. Like, she worked the night shift. I worked during the day. Like I was able to stay with her daughter overnight, like without her feeling some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's hard to get childcare, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your baby daddy ain't helping. So it like everything just kind of worked out. So I had that job. Y'all know, like I'm not just gonna go into every fucking detail, but that was very good for me. I was very grateful. Oh wait, let me back up. Wait, rewind. Wait, before that. Okay, so when I first got here, I was staying with my homegirl. Shout out to Shantanae. I am really grateful for the relationship that her and I have and that we built over time. I think that Shantanae was very instrumental in like my time here in Dallas. And like I said, she inspired me. She was actually supposed to come on here, but it just whatever. We'll see about getting her on here. But me and Shantanae had really connected because she's a Black woman. She's a mother of 3. A motherfucking hustler, grinder, get it out the mud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's the epitome of a Black woman, okay? Gonna get it done. And I think, like, me and her had so many conversations before I even came here. And I feel like our situations was kind of similar in certain ways and stuff. But, like, when I came here and, like, actually staying with her and just seeing, like, her strength and just everything, like, that shit was very inspiring to be like, Jasmine, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I only have 1 kid. And then my kid is not even here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get on your shit, do your shit, whatever. So, like, I was just always inspired by her. Like, just her work ethic, her as like, just as a mother and just, like, it was just very inspiring to see. And I think that's kind of where, like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like she didn't like, that shit rubbed off on me, the whole just, I don't know. It rubbed off on me for sure, but I had to shout her out because, like, and I mean, we still talk to this day. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I think she was very instrumental. And I'm also just grateful for her and I thank her because she opened up her doors to me. You know what I'm saying? Really didn't know her from a can of paint. We we became friends through a mutual person. But very grateful because that really allowed me to get on my feet. And that's the thing, like, everybody's situation is not the same. I can't just advise somebody to just book a one-way flight and go to another state and be like, just try to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your circumstances got to be right. You got to have a good support system. You got to have your ducks in a row. It's not I mean, you can if you want to, but you really got to have something to stand on to make it. So, that's not just something that everybody can do. But like I said, I'm just very grateful for her. She was very instrumental in this whole process, my journey. Always held me down, always had my back, like, for real. And then, okay, so, all right, fast forward. So back to when I was staying with my coworker. And again, shout out to Mishka, okay? Because you were very instrumental in my journey as well. You did not have to open your doors to me. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mishka, we barely even knew each other. like I said, we work different shifts. Like I would just see her on the tail end of her shift when she getting ready to leave at 7 a.m. and I'm coming in. Like we exchange words, we'll laugh and joke, whatever. And I remember one day I just told her my situation. And mind y'all, when I had left where I was at, I stayed at a hotel for 2 days. Well, 3 days. I stayed at a hotel for 3 days. And I remember she told me, she was like, it was going on to my 3rd day. And she was like, oh, well, you could just come stay at my house. Like, I got an extra room. I got a bed, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So I stayed in my hotel on the 3rd day. And then that next day, it was like, send me to Addie. And then it was like, and I'll never forget. Okay, so going back to when I left the first place, when I left my first place and I was going to the second place, I remember how I felt that day when I was taking the lift to my coworker's house. And I just, like, all the emotions I was feeling, I was like, I don't want to, like, start over. I was missing where I used to stay. I was like, dang, like, it was a whole different side of town. It was just so much, and I was just so sad. I'm getting teary-eyed now because I was just so sad. I didn't want to start over. One thing about me, I'm not gonna lie, and it's so sad. It's so sad. I'm working on changing my perspective. I hate change. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely hate change. And you shouldn't, because change is inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything in life is constantly changing. The weather is changing. The seasons are changing. People are changing. You are changing. Everything's changing. Your job change, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always new rules. It's new stuff. Everything changes, bro. So you have to embrace change. But it's just tough. I just hate it. Like, I hate starting new. I hate starting over because, it's just the uncertainty of things. It's like, I got to learn something new. I got to whatever. Like, I don't know. I just be in my scaredy cat bag. And, like, I just hate change. But I'm working on it. So, I just remember being in that lift and, like, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I didn't know how her house was going to be. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my homegirl Panda, she was like, girl, anything is better than where you came from and what you were dealing with. Like, girl, just get over it. So yeah, and I just remember that first day, like her daughter was like so hyped to like have me over there. Like her daughter loved me. Like kids love me. And like she thought I was her homegirl. Or she thought I was the same age as her, probably because we're the same height. But, it was a joy for sure. And again, just super fucking grateful. Again, Destiny's Child, God's favorite. Because I don't even know how the fuck I swung that. Like, I remember being in the hotel on the 3rd day, on that last day in my hotel. And I think I might have cried a little bit that day. And I just remember like praying and asking God, like, bro, where do I go from here? Like, what is the next step? What am I going to do? I don't want to go back to Detroit. Like, and then something just came over me and was like, Jasmine, you got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not down to your last dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, just figure it out and just keep going until you don't have no other options. But you ain't got to give up. So I was just like, fuck it. And that was like, that day I decided that was going to be my mindset going forward. Like, until you ain't got no more fight and no more options left, just keep fucking going. Because that's what's going to happen in life. You're going to constantly, come in contact with obstacles, speed bumps, monkey wrenches in the plan, haters, all of that. Like, all of that. Nothing's gonna stop. None of that shit is gonna stop. So you gotta keep fucking going. So I was able to do that. I was able to stay there. Super grateful. So when I went there, it was October. So at that point I was at the second hotel that I had got a job at. Y'all know how that whole situation went. We had to run through all that. Them niggas still be hating to this day. These motherfuckers, okay, sidebar. The hotel that I work at now is right down the street from that hotel. We are actually required to park at the old hotel's parking structure, right? And so sometimes I drive. Sometimes I don't have a car yet, but sometimes I drive. But I don't have a parking pass there yet. Like, my job was on bullshit. Like, I don't know why they don't have all the parking passes for people. So, sometimes I do drive. So when I drive, I park in the parking structure. And shout out to all my PMC niggas at that hotel, because we still cool. Them still my dogs. Like, on my lunch break, I say at least once a week. At least once a week, I'll walk down there and go kick it with my valet niggas, because them is still my homeboys. They do not want me down there. They be like, you can't be on the property, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, I'm not down here causing commotion with the guests. I'm not speaking to y'all niggas. I'm not setting shit on fire. Like, I can't come down here and be outside and talk to the valet. Haters. So anyway, on the days that I do drive, I park in there, but I didn't have a parking pass yet. So the last time that I parked in there, you have to walk through the hotel. You got to walk past the little front desk, you got to walk past the elevators. You got to walk past the little Starbucks and go to the little back elevator. The hotel manager was getting on the elevator, and then it was some other people that work around the hotel or whatever, and they saw me, whatever. Some of them was talking to me. Oh, how's it going at such and such? Da, 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 it's cool. Whatever. Man, I want to say the next couple of days, my current job, it was actually on my off day. I was in the bed, which I really don't even get a lot of off days. We're going to get to that too. I was in the bed, and it was on my off day for my main job, but I had to go to my second job. So I was chilling in the cut, in the AM, just waiting to go to my little PM shift. So my manager called me from my current job, was like, hey, can you come in today? And I'm like, bro, I gotta go to my second job. But I was like, at the time, I did need the hours and I did need the money. So I'm like, okay, I'll come in or whatever. He was like, oh, and I got some tea for you. Mind you, this is a black dude. And I'm like, this nigga talking about he got some tea for me. I'm like, dang, somebody got fired, somebody quit. Like, he got some tea. So the whole little morning before I get there, I'm like, what would he have to tell me? And the fact that he said that he had some tea was so funny to me. So I get to work, whatever. He ends up telling me, he like, yeah, so what's up with your last job? Like, I never really talked to you about that. And so we kind of went over the reason why I had quit and all of that or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they kind of be hating on me or whatever. He was like, yeah. So they called down here and was like, you can't be down there. I'm like, they called you? It's like, yeah. They were like, yeah, Jasmine, we have problems with her. Bitch, what problems, bro? Yeah, they said they got problems. He was like, well, I don't know anything about that. She's a great employee here. I don't know anything about that. They was like, yeah, and she's been parking in a lot. He was like, well, we have a contract with y'all to park down there, so she can park down there as long as she got a parking pass. Okay, well, as long as she has a parking pass, but we really just don't want her hanging out and da-da-da-da. Suck a dick, all of y'all. Y'all is really some haters. Like, am I the only person that y'all treat like that because I quit? Or maybe because the manager didn't get no play? I don't know what it is, but very weird vibes. But anyway, when I get a parking pass, I'll park in a lot. And that's another thing. I'm deciding on if I want to get a car, if I want to just keep lifting. That's another part of the journey too. Another sidebar. So I like how my Lyft and Uber experience has like progressed since I've been here, because when I first came to Dallas, I was living far as fuck, like kind of out in the country. Like, I was living in Ferris, Texas. So when I tell people that, they be like, what the fuck? Where is that? Or people that know, like, oh, that's kind of out the way. So it ain't that out the way. It's really like, it was like a 20-minute drive to my job, but with traffic and all of that, it ain't nowhere, like, ain't nobody trying to take that drive. And also, all the fucking boys be out there. The police be out there hot as hell. So that ain't nowhere you really want to be driving. I'm actually paying off. Well, I got $39 left on a ticket that I'm paying off right now. And then I had another ticket that these motherfuckers, man, I got a ticket also for not updating my license and getting a Texas ID. They were like, you were supposed to do this. You've been here for way longer than 30 days. And it's like, Suck a dick. Okay, so yeah, I gotta get my Texas ID. That was a whole thing too. Okay, but anyway, yeah, my Lyft and Uber experience has really progressed. So like I said, when I first got here, I was in Ferris, so far as fuck. Baby, catching them Ubers and Lyft to work every day, I was spending like $30 to $50 just to get to work. Then I was having to Lyft back. Then you gotta take into consideration the time of the day that you're going. When I'm trying to get a Uber at 6:30 in the morning, price is gonna be sky high and it's not gonna be a lot of drivers. Afternoon is kind of cool, but still, traffic, whatever, like just all of that shit. So that shit used to add the fuck up. And at the time, at first, when I first got there, my homegirl was like, "You ain't gotta pay me nothing," which was cool. Cause again, I came to this bitch with like $500-$600 in my bank account. So I didn't have any money. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to save up was fucking crazy. So that was when I first got here. Then when I started staying with my coworker, I stayed a little bit closer to my job. And lifts were like $15, $20. But again, it depends on the time of day. It depends on what's going on, if it's raining, whatever. Because when I started my current job at the hotel that I'm at now, you got to go through like an initiation process in that bitch. Like they give you the bullshit shifts and they make you do all of the shifts when you first get hired there. So I was working a little AM shift, which is 7 to 3:30, which that's my jam. That's my shit. I love that shift. That's what I work now. The mid shift, the 10 AM to like 6:30. I don't really fuck with that. Cause I'm a morning person. Like I'm up at the ass crack of dawn every day, like clockwork. My body just wake up early as fuck. So I would be up early as hell, and it's like I kind of got to linger around until almost 10 o'clock and go to work. And then by the time you get off, you can't go take care of no business, pay no bills, or do no shit that you got to do. 6:30, everything is pretty much closed. And then the day ain't over, but it's like, 6:30, you get home. You know, it's a buzzkill. 3 to 11 fucking 30. Who wants to work that shift? Not fucking me. And then you got the overnight shift, but I ain't doing that. I did that back in like 2011, 2012. But okay, so the 3 to 11:30, I hated that fucking shift. And I would try to wake up in the morning and just try to do little shit, but I would just literally just lay in the bed until it was time to go to work. Cause I was like, my attitude was bad with that shift. It was really bad. And then it was also kind of like, what was I supposed to do during that time? Because again, I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? And then what am I supposed to be doing in the morning time? It ain't, I mean, it is stuff you could do to get, but I just really hated that. And so then, like, I don't know, them shifts would drag. And then it would be like not really much to do at work. And you know, you gotta appear to be busy. You can't just be in that bitch like it ain't nothing to do. Them shifts would drag. I hated it. And then getting off at 11:30 at night, again, either not a lot of drivers or the prices was sky high. And then it was just hell. It was hell. And I hated that. But then, I don't know, it worked itself out and I got to the 7 a.m. shift and I ain't fucking changing. So that's where I'm at with that now. And then I also, I have another job now. I work at a hotel spa as well now, which is cool. I do that part-time. Um, and it's cool. People always ask me like, "Oh, would you rather do one or the other?" No, because them motherfuckers be getting on my nerves sometimes, and then them motherfuckers be getting on my nerves sometimes. You gotta have a balance. I don't want to just be in one place at all times, and then I try to just do one, but motherfuckers wasn't trying to pay me what I wanted, and I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna continue to work two because that makes more sense. Because y'all niggas not trying to give me the cheese that I want. I've also just, and this, I don't even want to say this is something that I just recently learned, but the workplace, even at this big grown adult age, is like high school, and that shit is sad. And workplaces be toxic as fuck. You really just got to do your job and go home. You can have your little people that you're cool with, but them niggas is really not your friends. Don't get too comfortable. But I enjoy both of my jobs, but I'm not gonna lie, that shit is draining as fuck. Um, when I took on the second job, um, I felt like it was gonna be okay because it was just a part-time. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna work a full-time job and a part-time job. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. And it's so funny that I say that because when I first came to Dallas, I was always like, oh, I'm gonna get 2 jobs. I'm gonna really run it up. I'm gonna stack my money, da 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 da. But in the back of my mind, I was always trying to talk myself out of it. Like, Jasmine, don't get 2 jobs. You don't want to do that. It's gonna be too much. It's gonna be so overwhelming. Like, I was always like low key scared to work 2 jobs. So I just whatever. It just never really panned out. But when this opportunity came up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do full time and part time. I'm like, I'll be able to do it. It'll be cool. I'm not gonna be tired. A full time and a part time. I'm not gonna be tired. Bitch, tired as hell. Okay, tired as hell, baby. And then one day I looked up and I'm like, I'm working 7 days a week, no off days. No off days between the two. I'm either working both jobs in a day or just one for like shit 9 to 6, 9 to 7, or whatever fucking time. Baby, it's not for the weak. But bitches got bills to pay. They got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't gonna lie. Recently, it kind of got to a point where I was waking up and I was feeling like my equilibrium was off. I was like, bro, I just don't feel good. Like my body, like I need a break. I don't even know how I got to the point where I'm just like working but I guess it is just straight up 7 days. I don't know. The schedule it's really weird, but I talked to my dad recently. He was like, Jasmine, that's not gonna work. You can't do that. You need a break. Are you gonna pay my rent? Are you like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So I mean, it's going, as good as it can. It's so funny because every time I get in a Lyft or a Uber, the dudes be like, you be making a little conversation. I'm always going to work every time I get in a fucking Lyft. They're like, oh my God, you have 2 jobs. You need to be sitting pretty. You need to be at home. Okay, well, be my man then. Like, take me back home. No, that's not how the world works. I don't know. I do want to be in my soft girl era. Hopefully it's coming soon. Hopefully. But again, earlier when I was talking about like the different seasons of your life, like this is just the season I'm in, and I just gotta go super hard and I gotta do what I gotta do. Because also, while I sit here bitch moan and complain about having to work 2 jobs, Jasmine, let's go back to those seasons when you were unemployed and you sat at home every fucking day like, dog, I need a job. I need some money. I need this. I need that. You was bored as fuck. Ain't had nothing to do. Twiddling your thumbs. Like, every time a nigga FaceTime you, you was in the same fucking place. Like, damn, bitch, you still in the bed? Like, so you just got to think about the seasons that you're in. So, but one thing that I do make a point to do in this season of my life, like, even though I'm tired as fuck, baby, when I get up every day, I thank God. I thank God for the roof over my head, for the crib in my name, for the beautiful place that I live. You know what I'm saying? Because where I live, and this is the thing, where I live today, I worked my ass off to get where I am. It's literally everything that I envisioned for myself. When I used to journal about like the type of apartment that I wanted to live in and all of that, I wanted it to be brand new, updated, like, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit, like, that's what I got. That's what the fuck I have. And I just remember people always trying to like talk me down or be like, Jasmine, no, you gotta get a starter apartment. Like, you gotta crawl before you walk. Like, you trying to be bougie. You trying to live beyond your means. Blah, blah. Just because you live in the hood, just because you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I have a certain vision for myself. I have a certain standard for how I want to live. It's just something that I see for myself, and I'm going to do that. And that's what the fuck I did. So, but now everybody like, oh, damn, your shit cold as hell. Exactly, because this is what I saw for myself. Thank you. You know, like, this is exactly what I saw for myself. So every day that I wake up, I thank God to be in my own shit, in my own name. Like, again, just taking myself back down memory lane, thinking about when I stepped off the plane and when I got here, like, because it was so many times, it was so many obstacles, it was so many monkey wrenches in the plan that made me feel like, damn, how am I gonna do this? Like, what's happening? Like, am I gonna make it? Like, it was so much fucking shit. So much, especially when the whole court shit with my baby daddy, and I had to save all the money that I was saving up for a place or for a car, because in the beginning I didn't know if I wanted a car or a place. All of that money that I was saving up, I had to end up using for an attorney when I had to go to court. I was pissed. Not you cutting into my plans, motherfucker. But of course, why not? We always gonna make it hard for you, Jasmine. We're always gonna put the roadblocks in the way for you. Sorry, that's just what it is. So that, but yeah, I don't even know where I was in the story before I went off into all of that. So let's see. So I started my second job. All of that. Let's see. Fast forward. Because I didn't even talk about, I wanted to do an episode before I came here with Christina, but I had never did that. Like, I had ended up going back to Detroit the weekend of my birthday to go see my son and stuff. Because I really wanted to go back for his birthday, but with work and all of that, it just wasn't going to happen. So I went back the weekend of my birthday. I had like a little kickback, at an Airbnb. I spent time with my mom, my son, my niece. We had went to Dave & Buster's and shit. My son's schedule was actually pretty hectic. Like, you would think that nigga had 2 jobs with everything that he got going on. He had something to do every day. It was hard to keep up with him. Had a little kickback. Saw some of my family members and stuff. Like, it was cool. Quick little turnaround trip. But when I got there, oh man, when I got there, baby, when I stepped off the plane, it was cold as fuck. I was like, I remember being in that lift to the crib. I was like, I just felt dead inside. I felt like, what is it called on Lion King? Pride Rock or whatever, where the fuck Scar was. That's what it felt like. Them fucking trees with the branches. I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, I have no desire to be in Detroit at all. And it's not to say that it ain't good shit popping there or whatever. Like, it's some stuff going on there, but I'm straight. I don't ever have to go back ever. And it's not my plan to. But, the trip, it was what it was. Whatever. Came back. So yeah. And that was after I had got my tax money too. So shout out to the taxes. So when I came back, and I felt like it was so crazy because I felt like I spent some little unnecessary money when I went there. Like, I was like, I should have just not. And it wasn't nothing too crazy, but I'm really a stickler about my money. So when I came back, I was like, okay, I really got to get on the grind and find a place to live and all of that or whatever. So when I came back, I was on it. I was setting up my little, little viewings of the properties and all of that, or the apartments. I'm acting like I was looking for a house. But, yeah, so I had set all of those up. I had found, was that the first place that I went to off rip? I did find a place off rip that I really liked. It was in the medical district, but that wasn't the place. I did like it, and that one was a studio. So when initially I was looking at all studio apartments, because I'm like, crawl before you walk type shit. Like, let me just start off with something small, just get my foot in the door. But I really did like the place that I looked at, but it was a studio. They also had a 1-bedroom, but I was like, I'm not going to pay that. So I was looking at the studio, but I'll never forget the sink. The kitchen sink in the studio was like this, literally, like you could only put a cup in that bitch. I'm like, why is this not a full-size sink? But it was cool. It was nice. And I'll never forget, I had to pay a $300 deposit or whatever. non-refundable. And then these motherfuckers be asking for all of your. We want your bank statement. We want your pay stubs. You got to make 3 times the rent, bitch. You don't even make 3 times the rent. Let's look at your pay stubs. Let's check your W-2s. So all that, I had paid that $300 deposit, and then I was almost to the point where but I had my homegirl boyfriend trying to what was he trying to do? I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to alter my bank statements to say that I make 3 times the rent. Cause I don't. And he was like, I can't even do it. Like, it just wasn't gonna work. And I was like, I was so mad because I had paid that $300 and that shit adds up. It adds up and it also decreases the money in your account. So I remember they tried to follow up with me or whatever, and I was just like, fuck it, I just gotta take the L because I don't make 3 times the rent and I can't falsify my bank statements. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to go to jail for this shit. So, and I remember one of my homeboys, Vince, was like, man, don't even worry about it. He was like, when I got my place here, like, you know what I'm saying? He went through that where he thought like he found a perfect place and all of that. He was like, that wasn't the one. He was like, watch, you gonna get your spot and it's gonna be everything that you want. Like, that sounds good, but I'm just ready to move. I can't live with my coworker forever. And so then I went and looked at a couple more places, and then I found one of them. It was one of them that I really liked, but then the last one that I went and saw was the place that I live now. And so when I got to that last place, I was like, oh, baby, this is it. Nice little 1-bedroom, just decked out, like everything. I let the kitchen, the shower, the closet, like the balcony, amazing. But you know what? You know what's so funny? The one that they showed me is not the unit that I moved into. And this is how I know that everything was divine. So, I don't know, something happened. I don't know, ended up taking it off the market or whatever. Somebody else got it, and I'm like, y'all just showed this to me and said it was move-in ready. No, it's gone. Just apply for another unit. I'm like, fucking great. So the next one that I looked at was the same type. It was still a 1-bedroom, but I guess it might have been a little bit bigger. And of course, it cost more. And I'm like, fuck. Like, y'all are really pushing it. And at this time, when I was applying for places, I only had one job at that time. So I had been like applying to different places and trying to get, and I had got a job at I had accepted an offer at a spa. And I went to work for one day, and that day that I got there, they told me that they said that they had roaches in the spa shower, and it was like, oh yeah, so you just gonna have to clean those up. Baby, I went on my lunch break and I never came back because I'm not cleaning up no fucking roaches, bro. Like, and it wasn't even a top tier hotel. At this point, I'm used to the Forbes standard of hotels. Like, your bitch is top notch, okay? My resume is A1. So it's just a certain standard. I'm sorry. Period. So, and I'm not picking up no fucking roaches in your fucking spa shower. So, deuces, bitch. But I ended up getting another job, whatever. So, I got my 2 sources of income. And I don't know, whatever. I get the place in May. My move-in date was May 7th. Oh, that's what I was saying. So the first unit was not the one. So they ended up telling me, oh, we got another unit. And the unit number, I don't know if I should say it. Y'all niggas might be trying to stalk. The unit number is my son's birthday. I was like, oh, this is the one. I'm like, dog, shit be too divine for me. So the unit number is my son's birthday. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting it. This is mine. Like, to me that meant that it was mine. So then that's not even it. So then when I don't even think I got to go. I did end up going to see it at some point. So when I went to see it, it was pretty much the same thing, but the balcony was even bigger. And I'm like, yes, this is it. I want it. Yeah, whatever. So fast forward to going through all of the shit with the lease and all of that. When I'm going through the paperwork, the name of the top property management company over the whole thing. Guess what the name was? Just guess. What do y'all think it was? The property management name was the name of the street that I grew up on in Detroit. I was like, bitch, this is mine. Like, this is my place. This is like God himself wrote. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's for you is for you. Your blessings ain't gonna miss you. You ain't gotta work. Like, that's how I knew this shit was mine. It was Destiny's Child, Destiny be God's child, period. So I didn't care. So, you know, when I'm telling my dad and stuff, my dad like, Jasmine, you gonna be able to pay all that? You gonna be able to do this? Like, you sure? It don't matter. I'm about to make it happen because it's mine. And so, you know what I'm saying? Everything fell in line how it was supposed to. A bitch got 2 jobs. I'm making it work. I'm making it happen. Like, it is what it is. What else? I recently, like a couple days ago, had just wrote out another 6-month plan. And I had wrote out a 6-month plan when I was still in Detroit. Like, again, this is why you need to document everything. Writing, journaling, taking photos, taking videos. Like, I just don't really do those things. Or sometimes I do, but then I like the little journals that I brought here. I brought like 3 little mini journals, and after I was done filling them up, I threw them away. So like now I can't even look back at what I wrote to see like, yes, bitch, you did cross all of this off the list. But when I was in Detroit, I had made a 6-month plan, and I remember I put book one-way flight to Dallas, get a job when you get there, and I had what type of job that I wanted to get. I said, get a job teaching yoga, look into yoga studios. I did teach those 3 classes when I got here. I do want to get back to teaching yoga, but I've decided like I don't really give a fuck about like I don't want to teach at a studio. It ain't no money in that. I don't give a like I want to do something for my people, like for my Black girl experience community. So that's why I really want to get back to the podcast and really focus on that, and then be able to branch out and do my yoga from there for my people, like doing events and shit like that. Like I don't want to just be out here I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it with my people and for me. What else did I put on there? I remember I was doing my 369 method heavy. So if you're not familiar with the 369 manifestation method, that's like when you write out an affirmation or whatever you want to write out. Like I don't remember exactly what I said, but one of the things that I said like was like I am successful living in Dallas. I don't know. It was something, but it was something about me being successful living in Dallas. So you write that 3 times in the morning, come back in the afternoon, write it 6 times, come back at night and write it 9 times, and then you say it out loud all of them times. And then, you know, you just do that every day. But I was writing like 5 different things on different pages. So for one page, I had one, I had another one, and like I did that shit until the whole journal filled up, and then I threw it away. But for the most part, I feel like I pretty much crossed off everything on my list. I did everything that I said that I was gonna do. And that's the energy you gotta move with. That's the mindset that you gotta move with. That's the confidence that you gotta move with. And you gotta believe it, but you also have to put in the legwork to do those things. And then you also gotta stay prayed up. You gotta understand that them obstacles is gonna come. You gotta understand that them hard times, you know what I'm saying? The devil is going to try to break you. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But again, everything that I went through here was like, I had to stay in the mindset of like, Jasmine, you just gotta keep pushing forward no matter what fucking happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot what that is. Somebody had told me about something, I don't know, basically about like your back being against the wall and like, nigga, all you could do is fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how you gotta be. And then just a couple of days ago, I had made another 6-month plan. I feel like I need to add a lot more on here. It's not a lot on here, but I said get a 2025 car. Cause I was kind of back and forth. I'm like, do I want a car or no? Oh, and that's another thing about my Lyft and Uber experience progressing. So now where I live, my jobs are like 5 minutes away from my crib. So it's I ain't even gonna say a blessing and a curse, but um I will say now that I'm working 2 jobs, like I said, I be really fucking tired. I told you for a minute I was feeling like my equilibrium was off. Like, um, you it is very important to rest. Somebody was texting me today, one of my homegirls, like, hey, what's been up? Da, da, da. I'm like, girl, 2 jobs, been kicking my ass, like working 7 days a week. She like, are you taking care of yourself? Like, I guess as much as I can, but like rest is super important. Let me tell y'all a funny story. Let me tell y'all oh my God, this shit was so funny. This was like last week. Okay, I had worked both jobs this day. It's so funny. I worked both jobs, right? So I had got home about 6 p.m. ish, whatever. The nap wasn't even that fucking long when you think about it. So I got home around 6 p.m. ish. I get in the bed and baby, your girl is fucking tired. I takes me a nap. I wake up, I pick up my phone. It's 8:21. It's light as fuck outside. I hopped out the bed so fucking fat. Like, bro, I was losing my shit. I'm like, oh my God, my alarm didn't go off. What? Like, I'm in the bathroom just going crazy. Like, oh my God. Like, first of all, I'm pretty sure nobody was probably gonna fire me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, oh my God, I was going crazy. And so then I come back in the room. I'm like, oh my God, nobody's even called me like and asked where I am. And that was weird to me. I'm like, nobody called, like, cause niggas gonna call like, hey, where are you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nobody's called. And I don't know at what point I realized, cause it was still bright as fuck outside. It was 8:21 p.m. Bro, I was so sick. But that lets you know how tired I am. That lets you know how much I've been like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, wow, Jasmine, you need a break. Cause I was literally having a heart attack, about to die. Like, I'm gonna be late for work. And the fact that I wouldn't even sleep that long. I told you I got home at 6 something. So I woke up at 8:21 and was just like, that shit was so crazy to me, but it was definitely a good laugh. I was so glad that I was able to go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had got up, talked on the phone for a little while, and I'm like, yes, I can go. But that's, you know what? I do like that about naps for me now, because I'm a nap girly, okay? I love me a good nap. Never gonna pass up a nap. I apologize to my younger self all the time for all of the naps that I never took when I was a child. Like, baby, I'm taking all the naps for you. Any nap you want, anytime you want it, let me know. I'm ready to get in the bed. So, like, when I used to take naps, I'm talking about, like, still in adulthood, like, if I only had one job and I came home and took a nap, I would be up for the entire night. I probably wouldn't be able to go back to sleep until, like, 3 or 4 a.m. Now, when I get home and take a nap, I might wake up and then, or I might just go to sleep for the night. But I'm not going to wake up and then be up all night. I'm going to be able to go back to sleep. So, silver linings. But that was funny as hell. So, okay, yeah. So, on my 6-month plan, I said I want a 2025 car. Oh, that's what I was saying about, again, I keep getting off topic, but whatever. The update on my Uber and Lyft process now is that both of my jobs are like 5 minutes away, so my Ubers be like $5-10. Mostly $5 and $6. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about that versus having a car note, having to pay car insurance, I'm like, do I really want to do that? But I do want a car. Because then I could really move how I want to move and I can go. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be lifting all over the place. Like, I got to lift to go get something to eat. I got to lift to go here. I got to, you know what I'm saying? I want to go to the mall. It's just so much. And the worst part about Ubering and lifting everywhere is like, when you... Hello, we're recording. What's the play? I'll let you know when where you at? All right, I'll hit you up when I get done with this. All right. So now they be like $5, $6, whatever. But I do want a car. So I put a 2025 car. I put like an Audi, a Benz, or I'm good with a new Toyota. Toyotas are very good cars. I learned that from my daddy. That's what he got me. I used to have a Toyota Avalon, like back in the day. And I had another car. I had a Toyota. It was a 2-door too. But Toyotas are really good cars. But it's the new Camry, the 2025 Camry. That bitch cold. And I seen it in a really nice color. It was like I think it was like an ocean blue or some shit like that. That shit was cold. So I don't know, but when it's time to get a car, you know, whatever. When my time comes. Again, I'm not in that season yet. Just patiently waiting, being present where I am. Everything that I have manifested and, you know, seen for myself thus far, it'll come for that as well. And then I get a living room set because I need a living room set and I need a nice TV for the living room. But I'm not sweating that either. Everything takes time. I really want to get some really nice statement pieces. I am a minimalist. So like I don't want, it's so funny. I saw a TikTok video the other day of like, this is why millennials are minimalists because y'all fucking, what are they called? What are our parents called? The boomers, whatever the fuck. You know how the motherfuckers had so much shit in their house? Like, for real. Them houses was ridiculous with all that fucking, y'all, I hate the way that our parents live. Like, why do you have all this shit in here? 20 couches, 85,000 vases. Like, what? Why? Yes, I want 3 things in my crib, okay? Like, so that, a new little wardrobe, all of that, you know, just whatever. That's all I have on here right now. Like I said, because I feel like I've crossed off a lot of the other things on my list. I should put, I gotta get the live shows popping. I really gotta get back in my content bag and all of that. So I should put that on there as well. And like really building up my Black Girl Experience community here. But again, when the time comes, when the season comes. But, cause I really get down on myself, a lot about the hiatus that I take from the podcast because again, when I came out the gate almost like 7 years ago with this, I was recording 5 days a week, but I had to sit myself down like, Jasmine, you started the podcast when you lost your job. So you had all the time in the world to record episodes every day. You don't have that luxury right now. You know what I'm saying? That's not the season you're in. So again, you have to learn to appreciate what season in your life you're in. I remember when I used to do yoga every day and I was going through yoga teacher training, but I remember I didn't lose my job. They had shut down where I was working or whatever. And I remember at that time, I'm like, dang, how am I going to pay for yoga teacher training? But I remember like I was doing yoga every day and I love that. But then it was some days where I was like, dang, I'm kind of, I don't know, burnt out or whatever. And so, you know, it's just different seasons for different things. So today, when I wake up every day and I kind of got an attitude that I do have to work 2 jobs or I feel like I'm overwhelmed and I'm overworked and all of that, it's like, bro, remember when you was sitting in Detroit when you didn't have a job and you didn't have money? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to appreciate the seasons. And then again, like, I'm not going to lie, it's very tough to be without my son. So I have my moments, which are a lot, where it's like, damn, like, I feel like I'm missing out on a lot, you know, by not being with him. But then again, I look at it and I'm like, Jasmine, he's a young 13-year-old male. It's nothing you could do for Buddy right now. He gotta be with his dad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I was just a very big influence on him in those formative years of his life. And I was able to be the nurturer that he needed. I feel like I instilled so many great things in my son, like that he is going to carry with him forever. But right now, his dad got to teach him how to be a young man. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that I cannot teach. There's nothing I can give him right now. He was already going at my head all the time, like, all you do is baby him, da-da-da-da. I'm sorry that I'm a woman by nature. You know, I'm sorry that I'm a woman. I'm sorry that I'm I'm a nurturer, okay? All I have for my son is some hugs and some kisses. It's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a woman and I'm a mother. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dad. So, again, you know what I'm saying? But that shit does get to me. It does get to me. But again, it's just the season. And again, like I said in the beginning of the episode, I had to show niggas. I mean, I had to do this for myself, but I had to show niggas too. Cause look how far I have come. Motherfuckers wanted to paint a certain picture of me, wanted to, run with a certain narrative about me and just make it seem like. So how was I able to get all this stuff done? Oh, because I didn't have to be a mom 24/7 by myself. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that a person wasn't being a parent, but how did I get all of this stuff done? You know what I'm saying? Cause I was able to get a little bit off my plate so I could do what I needed to do to put myself in a better position for both me and my son. Dads do it all the time. Dads do whatever the fuck they want to do. So let me do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Let me do what I need to do. And unfortunately, I did have plans for my son to come here for the summer. But again, like I said, that nigga got a schedule like he got 2 jobs. But I'm very proud of him. And what he had going on was something that he decided to do. So y'all know that he plays the piano. He plays the violin. He's in 2 orchestras. He took on band now. Baby want to be a little Nick Cannon. He want to be Mr. Drumline. So, like, he's in band as well. So when my son is out there making the big dollars as a music producer in a few years, yes, it's gonna be lit. So yeah, but again, just taking all of this in, like, a nigga been through so fucking much. And it's a lot more that, people don't even know about, that I don't even have to get into or want to get into. But man, it's just very important to use your discernment. It's very important to listen to your intuition. It's very important to make smart decisions and the best decisions for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are having what do they say? Like what do they say? This is basically like a spiritual experience, but in a human body type shit. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you go through in this lifetime, please complete your mission. Please complete your soul mission. Stop repeating cycles. Stop repeating patterns. Don't go through this life and fuck up, and then when it's over, it's like, okay, bitch, when you reincarnate, you have to come back down. You got to come back again. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop going through the same shit over and over, bro. Like, once you release certain shit from your life and you glow up, it shows you what the problem was. You know what I'm saying? It shows what the problem really is. And again, it's like, we talk about self-sabotage and stuff like that. Like, sometimes you really got to have a moment with yourself and get to the bottom of. That's why I always talk about, like, I really want to go to therapy. Like, because again, I've always had to be the friend that everybody else come to, and I got to be everybody else's therapist. Like, I really want to be able to go to somebody and talk about my shit for real, and just really understand my trauma and my triggers and everything that I went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already have an idea, but to talk to a professional about that shit, like, and really work on that, like, is a goal for myself. Cause I don't want to keep repeating the same shit in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want something or somebody to hold me back from my destiny. which I don't think that somebody or something could do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to take accountability. You have to understand like the role that you play and, all of that. So I just I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to let God down. I don't want to let my ancestors down. I don't want to let my spirit guides down. Cause them motherfuckers been fighting for me, okay? And they be sick of my shit. They be like, hey man, we trying to pull you out of this. We trying to do this. And you know what I'm saying? And you keep just doing the same shit over and over. It's like, dog, we gonna let your ass go then. Like, don't let us take our hands off you. But, thank you, God, for not taking your hands off me. Thank you, God, for not taking your hands off me. For real. Like, that's why I'm telling you, that's why I stay prayed up. I stay in a state of gratitude and I stay putting in the legwork. I stay doing what I'm supposed to do. And I will say that, like, I always talk about this, how like I always have taken the high road. I always like sow good seeds. I always put out positive energy. I always, like, even and I was talking about this on Instagram the other day, like, because right now we're going through Saturn retrograde, which is like all about karmic lessons and karma and all of that shit. So if you getting your ass whooped by the universe right now, it's probably because you got some bad karma or you done did some shit to niggas. So, and I was saying, like, I always take the high road, even when people have mistreated me or done me wrong. I just move forward in life because I know that I'm gonna be blessed regardless, and I know that karma gonna spin the block. So, you know what I'm saying? Just look at your life right now. It's Saturn retrograde, and baby, I'm looking at my life. I'm leveling up. I'm thriving. I'm looking good. I'm glowing. I'm happy. I'm at peace with myself, and that's another thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm at a space in my life, and I never really. I feel like I always kind of been. I haven't always been this introverted as I am now, because I'm super introverted now. Like, y'all know, to the point like I don't like to come out of my bubble, which is kind of a bad thing. And I just told myself the other day that I'm gonna work on that. Like, my best friend had came to visit me this past weekend from North Carolina, and like, even though I had to work both jobs every day, like I still had to be a trooper and go out with her and like, just have a good time. And y'all know I'm not really so much of a going out person. Like, that's not really my thing. Um, I'm more like, I like to go to like concerts and shit like that. But like, we was going out a little bit. But it was just a reminder to myself to be like, Jasmine, you cannot live in a fucking bubble. Especially if you want to meet the man of your dreams or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just go to work and go home. You want him to break into the crib? Like, what do you like? So, and even if I'm not looking for love or whatever, like, I do need to just go out and treat myself, whether it's on payday, once a week or whatever, get a drink, nice dinner, go to new place. Like, I still don't be going like, if somebody come here and be like, oh, okay, where do I go in Dallas? I had to hit up my homegirl, like, hey, where should I take my best friend? Like, I don't know where to go. So, like, but again, I don't really think it's my season for that yet. Because right now I'm in my working season. I'm in my hustling. I'm in my fucking masculine era right now. Please, soft girl life me. I'm gonna keep praying for that every day. Like, please let your girl be able to let her hair down, literally and figuratively. So I'm just waiting to get to that season, But no, I definitely need to start stepping out and enjoying life. So that's very important for me too. Did I miss anything? Y'all know I usually be writing little notes in here. I didn't really do too many notes, but I did write a couple things. Um, I wrote this down. I said, it's one thing to let another person trick you off the streets or out of your spot, but it's a whole nother thing to trick yourself out of your own spot. Don't be no crash dummy. And this goes hand in hand with the self-sabotage. Like, don't be no crash dummy. Do not crash out. You control where your life goes. And y'all know I talk about accountability all the time. Like, I'm gonna stress this till the cows come home. Because I try, I feel like I take accountability. I do. I honestly do. Like, y'all can't tell me that I don't. If I don't, somebody please tell me when I don't. Please show me how I don't. Cause I always speak on how I play a role in the shit that I do. But like, I be wanting people to take accountability, bro. Stop blaming other people. Just stop. Cause even if a person does play a role, cool, okay. It take two to tango. Cool. We get it. We got that. But you, only you, have control over yourself, of your life, of your circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So let's put it back on me. Let me give you guys an example. When I was living in Detroit, I was living with my mom. Me and my son were living with my mom. And even before that, like, I would always just be bouncing around, but I would always be living with somebody else, right? Whether I was paying rent or not. A lot of times I did have jobs. So I did have a car. You know what I'm saying? But then it got to a point where shit got bad and I didn't have jobs. And then I didn't have a car. You know what I'm saying? And so luckily I had that support though. But even still, like, shit was hard. But at the end of the day, I wasn't making anything happen. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I could blame everything else. Oh, I'm not getting the support that I need or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Jasmine, you got to make something happen. This shit not just going to come out of the air. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, like, I had a conversation with my mom, like, right before I left. And she was telling me, like, you know, you don't have to go to another state to get yourself together. You don't have to leave. Like, you could do that here. I'm like, bro, look how long I've been here. You know, I've been here my whole life. But I'm saying, like, look how long I've been living here with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and nothing is happening. Like, it was getting to a point where it was like, bro, like, I cannot keep living like this. I want more for myself. I see more for myself. I didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? I was telling my son, I'm like, bro, we're not going to be living with grandma forever. Like, this is not it. This is not the life that I want. This is not the life that I see for myself. And a part of me getting up and going to another state was because I knew that was going to put a fire under my ass. I knew that was going to make me work 10 times harder because I don't have nothing to fall back on. I don't have a family member to, you know what I'm saying, be in my corner. I don't have anybody to be that support, that crutch for me. If you go out of state, nigga, you got to get it out the mud. And you know what I'm saying? Or else I am going back home. So I had to not only not that I had to prove it to everybody else, but I had to prove it to myself that I could do it. So I needed to do that. And again, fast forward to today, look where I am. I did this shit by myself, period. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of myself for that. I'm super proud of myself for that. And I think, like, I'm very hard on myself. And I want to work on that. Like, I want to stop being so hard on myself because the world is going to tear you down. You know what I'm saying? Your haters is going to tear you down. Sometimes it be your own motherfucking spouse. Sometimes you be sleeping with the enemy and that motherfucker be tearing you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just so many different angles for that shit. And it's like, stop being hard on yourself, bro, because you've done a lot. You've came very fucking far. And another thing is, like, you got to stop looking at where you are in comparison to other people. Because I will never forget, because this, like, really hit, like, it really hit a soft spot with me. Like, I'll never forget. It was a conversation that I had with my baby daddy. We had gotten into an argument a long time ago. And I don't even know, like, It was some shit about, at first it turned to shit about the kid, and then it was, I don't know, but I remember it was a comment that he made like, oh, good for you. You just now figuring out what you want to do with your life. We been did that. Wow. I didn't know everybody was on the same page. I didn't know everybody was running the same race. I didn't know that everybody had the same resources. I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just like that. But again, like, you really got to be careful of the people that you have around you, that you let in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I know, like, you know, co-parenting situations, they go sour and shit like that. But I just hate what our situation turned into, like, and having to share a kid with somebody that, like, just don't like lift you up, don't encourage you, don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, like, as a mother, and I know that other mothers can, you know, agree with this as well. Like, I don't think that a lot of men understand that, especially if you guys break up and you have to co-parent, like, I need to be in a good space mentally, emotionally, financially, all of that. You know what I'm saying? In order to raise our child. So you belittling me or making the situation harder or whatever, like, that does not make it better at all. Especially when you're raising somebody's child. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, I don't know. And that's what they say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might, what do they say? You might forget, I don't know, is it you might forget what people say or whatever, but you'll never forget how they made you feel? Like, nah, nigga, I ain't gonna forget shit. I ain't gonna forget shit. And that's why I'm out here just, you know, busting up on niggas every day. Busting up, leveling up, period. So yeah, like, this has definitely been a fucking journey. And that's the thing, like, life is not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Word to my nigga Nipsey. But another thing is, like, just enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? We always look forward to certain points of our life, like, oh, I can't wait to be winning. I can't wait till I get here. I can't wait till I get, you know, whatever. You think, oh, once I get this job, or once I get this amount of money, or once I do this, like, and then when you get that shit and it get old, or, you know, you get past it, then you looking for the next fix. It's like a high. It's like getting high. You gonna constantly be going after that high, and once you get something and you get satisfied with it, okay, now I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's a never ending thing, and that's why we need to learn to find happiness within. Find happiness in the simple things. Find happiness in, you know what I'm saying? Like, find that peace within. And that's what I was saying. Like, I'm just so happy just to be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't aspire to have, like, I don't want to just be like buku rich and just, I mean, I do want money, like, hand over fist. You know, I want to be good, but, like, I don't aspire to be no fucking celebrity. All them people is really fucking trash and just frauds and be selling their soul and all on that weird shit. But I don't aspire to be no fucking celebrity. I don't aspire to be no fucking Bill Gates ass fucking billionaire. Like, I am good with the very simple life, for real. Like, I'm really a plain Jane. And I love that about myself. Like, I don't need much of everything. I don't care about the clothes, the jewelry, I don't care about that shit. Like, I just want to be fucking happy, and I want to be at peace. I want to, you know, be with my son. I want to be taking vacations with my best friend. I want to do the podcast. I want to do my yoga. I want to be in good health. I want to be wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want too much of anything. And that's another thing, like, in relationships, I don't want too much of anything. But I think that's where niggas get it twisted, because I'm a very simple person. Like, but, like, again, I don't need the material things. All the things that I want do not cost money. I want love, respect, commitment, happiness, good sex, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that don't cost money at all. Like consideration, communication, like, and niggas can't even give you that. Niggas can't even give you that. But then another thing that I told myself today was that, like, I realized that I settle and I got to do better because I be settling for the bare fucking minimum. And I disgust myself with that. Like, Jasmine, you deserve the fucking world. Any nigga would be lucky to have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, do better. Do better. So that's where I'm at with that. But ultimately, like, I feel like I'm at peace. I'm very happy with where I am. I never saw myself being, like, when I first got here, of course, like I said, I wasn't in Dallas. I was in Ferris. So I don't know. And I still had to just get used to stuff and really, you know, really find my footing in my way. So when I first got here, I wasn't really sure if this was where I wanted to be, because ultimately I always felt like, oh, California is my heart. That's where I want to be. But I like Dallas. And I mean, I just feel like I'm going to do my time here. I'm going to do my season here. And then wherever life takes me after this, you know, I'll go wherever the wind blows me, wherever I flow with the water. But as of now, I am definitely happy with where I am. I literally wake up every day just so happy in the space that I'm in. I love going home. That's the best part of my day. Like, I can't wait to get home and just be in my own shit. Like, I love it. And again, I'm just so happy just looking at where I am and what I've accomplished and all of that. So there was something else that this is so random. I had wrote something in here. I'm like, I kind of want to talk about this. This is just random. This random. Compatibility or chemistry? What do you guys think? I'll let you guys think about that for a second. Compatibility or chemistry in a relationship? I think that both are very, very important. But I think that compatibility is way more important than chemistry, because don't get it twisted. Chemistry is needed for sure. Like, if we don't have chemistry, I'm not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Chemistry is very important. I need that passion between us. I need that connection. I need that sexual tension. Like, I just need that. We got to be able to vibe. You know what I'm saying? But baby, that chemistry goes out the window when you realize that, oh, we're not compatible. You think like that? You like, no. And like, yeah, we got to be able to hit the ball back and forth across the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, if the compatibility is not there, it's not going to work. And I think, I don't know, I guess, like, once you really start to spend time with a person and really learn a person, like, and I don't know, you know, when the real come out, because a person can only pretend for so long. A person can only pretend for so long. But chemistry is definitely important, but like, but I will say, I'm not going to be able to have a relationship without chemistry. Like, we can't just be compatible. If I had to choose one, I would say compatibility. But it ain't gonna go nowhere with no chemistry. If we ain't got no chemistry, it's just like, ugh, that make me feel like I'm not even attracted to you. Or it's just like, you know, like, no. But I'm gonna go with compatibility. Communication or consideration? This is good. That's hard too, because communication is very important. This is my thing, and I feel like I was just telling this. I think I was telling this to like my coworker the other day. Like, she'll randomly just be telling me about her like dating life and shit like that. And we was talking about communication. I'm like, it only takes 5 seconds to tell somebody something. You know what I'm saying? I hate motherfuckers that act like, first of all, this is the generation of having your phone glued to your fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is just away from their phone. Oh, I just saw this. Shut up. Your phone was in your fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to have a busy day, if you don't want to be bothered, if something really is going on in your life, hey, you know, I'm going through something, or today going to be kind of a busy day. Like, I'm not going to really be able to talk to you like that. I'll hit you up later. Just Communicate. Motherfuckers will go a whole day. Bitch, lose my number then. You know what I'm saying? Or just whatever. If it's a problem or whatever, like, communicate that. Period. It's not hard. But consideration is really the one for me, I think, because it blows my mind that niggas just don't consider me. Like, bro, a nigga ain't never did some shit and you just like, why the fuck would you didn't even think to think like how that would make me feel. You didn't even think like, it ain't even just with niggas. Like, it could be somebody that don't give a fuck about your time or whatever, or like, you ain't think that like I had nowhere to be. You didn't think like, I just don't like people that don't have no type of consideration, because I consider people all the time. I'm a very considerate person. Like, so it's consideration for me. The next one, a safe life or a spontaneous life? I would love to say, but it's funny because I kind of live a spontaneous life now. I would love to say a spontaneous life, but deep down inside, I want to say safe life, because, and that's the thing. Like, when I talk about like not liking change and, you know, being uncertain of the future and stuff like that, I feel like everybody to a certain extent wants to live a safe life. Like, you want to feel secure. You want to feel some type of structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, I mean, some people are just straight up risk takers and just jump through the fire. I'm going to go through the hoops. I'm just take this little Tarzan rope through life. Like, I don't know. But again, that is kind of the life that I live, nigga. One-way flight to Dallas and just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, just vibes, just vibes. Like, but I don't know. That's where the fun is. That's where the spark is in a spontaneous life. But if I had to choose one, I don't know. But safe life also gives like boring marriage, same thing every day, stickler, like I ain't gonna say who. Safe life gives somebody. It gives a nigga that I know. That nigga life is safe as hell. Yeah, that, I don't know. Safe life or spontaneous life? I'm gonna go out on, I'm gonna say spontaneous. Fuck it. I'm gonna say, because I need the adventure. I need the laughs. I need the fun. I need whatever. Okay. Passion or purpose? That's a good one too. Let me think for a second, because I have both of those. Mm, damn, that's hard. Passion or purpose? I don't know, because it's so funny, because Black Girl Experience is both for me. It's passion and it's purpose. And that's why I keep coming back to it. No matter how long I take a break, no matter how long I'm away. Like, this is my passion. And I was just thinking about this the other day too. Like, when I was a little girl, like, for Christmas, I had got this thing called a Tyco video cam. Google it. It was like this little video camera, but you had to like plug the little aux up to the VCR. Yes, to my 90s babies. You had to plug it up to like the VCR and put the tape in there and like record or whatever. And I used to record myself every day at the crib, like dancing and singing to TLC. I was dancing to the TLC Crazy Sexy Cool album, the Aaliyah One in a Million album. I was just on there just with all the imagination in the world. My brothers was on there being crazy. Like, but I love that shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is really my life. This is really my passion. This is why I love this shit. Cause I literally been doing this forever. I used to have like little tape recorders and I used to record myself talking all the time. Like, this is really my fucking passion. So yeah, so that's my passion. But I also feel like this is my purpose on a deeper level, because just aside from the podcast, I feel like I was blessed with a voice. And it's so funny because when I first started recording the podcast, I used to hate my voice. I used to hate my voice. I was like, ugh, I sound like that. Like, I didn't think I sounded how I sound. But like, I eventually like got used to it over time. But I realized that, again, on a much deeper level, and no shade to the up and coming podcast and the people that be doing it. Everybody gets a mic and just hop on this bitch, and just everybody got a podcast now. Like, podcast game is just so watered down. It's so, you know what I'm saying? But what sets me apart is like, I really do this shit for real. Like, I've been doing this shit. I'll do this shit forever. The reason why motherfuckers relate to my shit so much is because I be talking about real shit. I be talking about my life. I be talking about my experience. My content is pure quality. It has substance, and it's gonna be timeless. Motherfuckers could turn this on in 60 years and be like, hey, this is like some real shit. This, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. 60 years from now, when somebody gonna play this shit back and I'm on fucking Behind the Music or some shit like that, like, it's timeless. It's quality. It's, you know what I'm saying? And again, my shit was always deeper than the surface. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about real shit. I'm promoting positivity. I'm talking about healing, spiritual growth. I'm talking about life. You know what I'm saying? And again, no shade to niggas that just get on here and just, you know, shoot the shit. That's cool, but where is that gonna be 60 years from now? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Sexy Red of podcasts. Not like, niggas like Sexy Red as a rapper, but on some real shit. Her music is not gonna be anywhere comparable to a Lauryn Hill is not really a rapper though, huh? I'm trying to think of a rapper. Who's a good female rapper? Like damn, who's a good female rapper? Like a real, I don't know. I can't think of nobody. That's sad. That's sad. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain people whose music or whatever, they art, they content, whatever, is timeless. It's substance. It's quality. So, but yeah. So I feel like and like I was saying, like, so when I first was recording myself, I used to be like, oh, I hate my voice. I hate the way I sound. But not understanding that my voice is my gift. That's my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have to really use my voice and my platform in this lifetime. God is like, hey, dog, we trying to let you know, like, I'm telling you before you get up out of here. Not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better do your big one with what we gave you, cause I don't know what's to come in the next lifetime. I don't know. So I really want to be able to fulfill my soul mission on this planet for real. Um, and that's my purpose. But if I had to pick one, passion or purpose, I'm gonna go with purpose, because it's deeper than the passion. I, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, one thing that I always try to stress to people is that everybody has a purpose in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope that people find that. You know what I'm saying? It's so much shit to get caught up in this world, politics, just the everyday life. If you are working 2 jobs, like, it's so much to get caught up in and not have time for yourself to even figure out what your purpose is. That's why it's very important to tap into your passions. If you do have kids, you should cultivate their passions and all of that, and anything that they into at a young age, so that they can, you know what I'm saying, fulfill whatever it is that they supposed to do. Because motherfuckers don't want to be caught up working a 9 to 5 their whole fucking life. Like, that's not the goal. That's not the vibe. The last one that I wrote down: acceptance or detachment. They kind of like one and the same in a way, but if I had to choose one, acceptance or detachment. So, break this down really quick. Acceptance. Being able to accept the situation for what it is. It's tough. It's tough. It's been so many instances in my life where I didn't want to accept the situation for what it was. I didn't want to accept a person for who they was or who they are. Um, but you gotta get to that place. You gotta get to that it is what it is. Cause once you learn to accept something, then you can get to the next step. Then you can be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just gotta accept shit. It's just certain things that you have to accept. You can't move forward until you accept. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like when you about to sign a contract or go to the next shit on the internet, like you gotta accept this first. Like you gotta accept. Detachment is also very hard. It's been a lot of things in my life that I didn't, but again, that's why I said it's like one and the same. Because in order to detach, you have to accept, right? Yeah. Detachment is hard. But it's needed. And again, just like with accepting, you can't go to the next step without accepting. You can't go to the next step without detachment. You got to be able to let shit go. You got to. You got to let shit go to move on in life, to elevate, new levels, new devils type shit. Everybody can't go with you. You got to detach from people. You got to detach from toxic situations, relationships. You got to detach when you and your friends ain't clicking no more, when you moving on and like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you just got to detach from bad habits or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to let go. Sometimes holding on hurts you more than letting go. And that's something that we learn the art of detachment in yoga. Um, so if I had to choose one though, acceptance or detachment, I think where I am right now in my life, I think I'm becoming okay with acceptance. Like it's certain stuff in my life that I'm learning to accept right now. Attachment is really hard. And I'm working on that too, but I feel like even like I say like these past 30 days, like but it's just because you got to keep waking up and keep going through life and just keep moving. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of slowly but surely learn to accept shit. Detachment is hard. Like it's really hard. Like um I'm gonna go with detachment. That's the one that I'm currently working on for real. And um, just like with change, how I hate change, I hate detachment. And that's the thing. When you don't want to detach, you don't want to change. You wanna be comfortable with what you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. That's cool. I also have these little themes that I had wrote down for like yoga flows and stuff. Surrender was a theme, heart opening was a theme, mental clarity was a theme, self care was a theme, empowerment is a theme, joy and celebration is a theme, grounding is a theme, and self exploration is a theme. And like they all had different like categories. Let me do it. Oh, I had just went online today, and I was looking for like new tarot and new oracle cards, and I found some. Well, actually, I be on TikTok a lot, and it's this one lady on there. She be having some really good oracle cards, and I'm like, dang, where you get them cards from? She sent me the link, and I was like, damn, I wish I would have, you know, did this sooner, cause I would love to do a reading with those oracle cards. So I'm gonna order them, maybe on payday, cause they was kind of pricey. It's like, damn, bitch, $80 for some oracle cards. God, but that's how much that shit. I ain't gonna lie, cars be up there. Good cars be up there. So I don't know, but maybe on the next payday I'll get them. But I really, yeah, I want to use those. So I be tired of tarot. And actually, I don't be. I have not been playing with tarot cards at all, like at all. These bitches been on the show, but I pulled them out today, and I had pulled some for myself earlier, and it was so spot on. I was like, dog, and it's like it's so funny because it's not like I'm picking the cards out to match with my situation. They came on, I'm like, this is really my situation. Like that shit is funny. But no, next time I'll come back. Look, I was just telling him, I'm like, bro, I know my titties is big, but like on camera they look really big. Like They look really big. They look really, 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 really big. He said, I don't think it's the camera. It's not. They are big. And the crazy part is, y'all will never believe this. I had a breast reduction before. I know y'all like, what, bitch, when? I had a breast reduction after I had my son, and he was born in 2011. I probably had it in like 2012. And the crazy part is, I don't know. I think it's a weight loss thing too. Like, I guess, I don't know. But I've never really lost weight I have, but not like for real. So I don't know if that's the thing. Like, I don't know. But anyway, when I had got it, I told them that I wanted to be like a very low B cup. So I made them, I was like, I don't know, like a 34 beer. It seemed like they were small at the time, but them bitches they literally grew right back. Like, that shit was sick as hell. I feel like I only had B-size titties for a day and then they was back. So it was kind of a waste. And I just had a homegirl that I don't know if she got it yet. Did she get it? I think she did say she got it. And she was asking me like, what's gonna happen? What do I need to know? I ain't gonna lie. They was telling me to get like certain like healing like creams and shit to put on. And I did have like some bad scarring. Like, and they also, you gotta think they took my whole nipple off and put my nipple back on. So like, I don't know. It ain't nothing wrong with my titties. It's just a little scarring. You know what I'm saying? And then like on the sides here, like I look like I got stabbed with like somebody slashed my shit. But I don't really pay attention to that. And you know, I don't know. But you just have to learn to love yourself the way that you are, I guess. I don't know. But my titties was big, but they still fucking big. I don't know. The niggas love them. Temperance is giving healing energy. It's giving healing energy. And this is, what is it? Hashtag Heal Girl Summer. So let's focus on healing, guys. Let's focus on starting anew and moving forward. New pages, new chapters, new levels. Healing ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually. Making sure that you have a good temperament. Because there's a lot of mad ass bitches out here, okay? Mad as hell. Relax. Take a chill pill. It's the mad ass bitches hopping out for me. And I don't even be liking to read. I'm going to read how they came out. We got the 9 of Cups in reverse, which is a wish unfulfilled. Followed by the 3 of Swords. It's giving that someone needs to heal from a breakup or like whatever, a bad relationship, whatever. Somebody not getting what they want. With this upside down, because in the right side up, it's like somebody like, yeah, I got all my cups, whatever. Upside down is giving mad with your arms folded, like not getting what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Followed by the, you know, but hey, again, what was I talking about earlier? Accountability. Like, you got to take accountability for your shit. You got to take accountability for your shit. The Justice is in reverse. This is so funny. Like, I can't make this shit up, bro. I don't be picking these cards out. They come out themselves. Baby, you need to heal. Whoever this message is for, you need to heal. I just told you, we're in Saturn retrograde right now. And motherfuckers is gonna get what they deserve. The seeds that you sow, that shit is gonna come back. So you need to make sure you gotta move right in this lifetime. The 7 of Pentacles came out in reverse. So whatever you thought you was working on didn't work. Page of Swords. Niggas is watching. Niggas is lurking. 9 of Wands and the 7 of Swords. It's giving con artist vibes. It's giving scam vibes. It's giving like it's giving somebody plan didn't work out. It's giving somebody's plan didn't work out. You need to come up with a new plan. You need to make a better plan and you need to go heal. The devil card, bro, the devil card. Dog, I don't even be trying to make shit about shit, but spirit gonna make shit about shit. The devil card, the King of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Again, the devil card is giving scam vibes. It's giving con artists. It's giving toxic energy. Bro, like the way that you move in this lifetime. The way that you move or the energy that you put out, the things that you do are going to come back tenfold. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you put out is going to come back. So stop pretending that, you know what I'm saying? Like, even on the internet in general, like with Instagram and everything, like a lot of people pretend and they put on these facades and all of that shit. Like, I don't believe shit on Instagram for real. Like, a lot of that shit be fake. And it ends up coming out. Like, just recently on TikTok, and this shit was just on my feed like crazy. I guess it was a couple on there, a little TikTok couple, but they were very toxic though. Like, they didn't even make cute videos or nothing. It was very toxic. And you could tell that they were toxic. That man ended up shooting her in the face. And everybody was like, oh my God. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and not to say that that's the case with everybody, but with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like spirituality is definitely a trend now on the internet. You can't believe all that. You can't be buying products from everybody. You can't be just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what people is really into. You don't know what people is really on until you in the same vicinity as them. Let's take a couple more and be done. I don't what is the message here? Everything's in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Like, bad offers and not going nowhere. That's crazy. I feel like that reading was for someone in particular, but we're not gonna get too much into it. That's just the vibes. That's the energy. But like, I don't know. I will say this though. Back to what I was saying earlier. You know how I said that I hated change in the beginning and I'm really working on embracing it? Anybody can change. Anybody can change. Everybody can change. You can change your life today. You can decide to be better today. You could take a step forward and do something different today. Just like I did. Just like I up and left Detroit and I was like, I'm going to get on my shit and I'm going to do better for myself. And I'm like, you can change, but you have to be willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can make a better life for yourself. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. You can make a better life for yourself because I did it. I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know. Like I said earlier, just like when I was talking about the whole little thing that stuck with me about what my baby daddy said to me, like, oh, everybody else life, everybody else basically got their life figured out. Like, you just not figuring it out. Cool. Yeah. Some people are just not figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not on the same page. Everybody is not running the same race. Everybody ain't got on the same shoes. Everybody ain't got the same resources. You know what I'm saying? So walk on your path. And that's where I am now. Like, that's why I'm so cool with being in my own bubble. I'm so cool with being alone because I'm on my own path. I'm going at my own pace and I'm at peace with that. So I encourage everybody else to walk on your own path. Do what works for you. Like, I don't want y'all to look to me and just like, oh, I'm going to just do everything that Jasmine said and I'm going to do it her way. That may not work for you. You know what I'm saying? But take whatever, take what works for you and leave the rest. You might not be able to do everything that I did and the way that I did it, but you know what I'm saying? Your journey is your journey. So do whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? And do it the right way and focus on healing, because that's what the healing journey is, a never ending process. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to wake up one day and just be completely healed. Nobody is. Just like your everyday life is a journey, and it's like you just wake up and just go with the flow. Like, so is healing. And some days you gonna get triggered. Some days you gonna miss some shit. Some days you gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're human. We all go through that. But the point is to keep moving forward and embracing change. And that's all I got for y'all for the 1 year episode.